Hi, in this video I'm going to explain you how you can write a script using a GlideOAuthClient API to fetch the refresh token. And in this video you will be learning a lot more about how you can create application registries, how you can create a schedule job, how you can call a script include from the schedule job, and how you can create a property separately and to just auto populate the refresh token on that field. So the only thing what you have to be doing is try to follow my instructions carefully. Okay, I'll be explaining line by line, so no need to worry about script. So for this requirement, you require two instances. So I have opened one instance in my normal browser, and second is going to be in my incognito window. So from the first instance, you are supposed to be creating an application registry for the third party, like the external client. So you are supposed to be creating. So I'll just go to my first instance, um, type application registry. Under system OAuth, you find application registry, click on that and click on a new because you're creating a new one. And here you have the first option, like create an OAuth API endpoint for external clients. Click on it. Give the name of your choice. I'll give it so simple, like endpoint for endpoint app registries. Okay, I'll just reduce the refresh token lifespan as well. As you know, both refresh token and access token lifespan will be specified in seconds. So for my testing purpose right now, I would like to just reduce this to 1800 seconds. That thing, but it's going to be 30 minutes, I guess. And access token, I'll just give 160 seconds. So that will be specified here at cell C. Refresh token lifespan, the time in seconds, the refresh token will be valid. Access token lifespan, the time in seconds, the access token will be valid. So you are up to there, correct. Nothing you can do, you can just save this. So after you save, you can see the client secret will be automatically generated. And if it's better if you could have a notepad with you handy, I'll just clear these all. Okay, I'll just make it a fresh one. Try to copy the client ID. Next, the client secret. Mm, and the endpoint, this instance endpoint, because in our registration in the second instance we require this all. So I'm just having making you drive so step by step. Copy this. Okay, that's done from application registry point. The second thing what the third party requires is the user credentials when we are using this ROPs, nothing but resource owner password credentials. So I'll just go to sys underscore user dot list. When you type capital LIST, it will open in a new tab. You just click on new. I'll just create a user, save it. No need to provide any rules for this user, just create it and set the password. And try to uncheck the password must reset later on. Okay, now I'll just set the password, click on generate, copy this, save the password and click on cross. Done. And the next thing what I said you to do is try to uncheck this because I don't want to give the third party to reset it. That's the best practice. Now you can go to your notepad, paste your password and try to copy the user ID as well. Paste it. Okay, you got all the required details from the instance one. That's it. Save it. Now, whatever the things that are needed from the instance one are captured, like the application history, client ID, client secret, URL, and later on the username and password. That's fine. Now I'll just move to my incognito window, which I have the second instance where I'll be doing all my scripting part here to fetch the refresh token. So here in my second instance, which is open in incognito, that is dev256569, just click on all, click on application registry, open this in a new tab and here you are supposed to be creating a new. So click on new, and here you have a third option like connect to a third party or provider. Just click on it. Mm. Now you try to give the name of your choice. I'll just give like demo server, something that's up to you. And here I'll try to fill in all the details whatever you have in hand in your notepad. Client ID, client secret, and see I have said I'm just using this ROPC, right? That's resource owner password credentials. Save it, and the final thing, this is a mandatory one where you need to fill the link of the first instance. So that also I have copied it. Just copy this. And as it was being mentioned as token, you're supposed to give the endpoint of token. So just paste it after the forward slash, right? OAuth underscore token dot. This is the endpoint which is going to provide. Log this. And remaining everything are perfect, you can just save it. Currently, you don't have any OAuth entry profiles. After I save it, you will have a record here in this tab. Save. Done. See, as I have mentioned it, you can see demo server default profile was created, and you can just say change this to that 1800 whatever I have mentioned in that instance one to have this in collab. Done. Now I want to just use this application registry to integrate. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to create a REST message. So I'll go to REST message. Under system web services outbound, you find REST message, click on it. And here try to click on a new. I'll write like some integration or something like this, and I'll just paste the endpoint of the first instance. Just save this. You can just select authentication type OAuth, and you can choose the one which you have created recently. mm, Demo, so this is the one, and you can just save this. After you save, you'll get over token link under related links. So here, as I have mentioned, under related links you find this get over token. Here you are supposed to be providing the username and password of the instance one what we have gathered, because the application registry what we have chosen is ROPC, nothing but resource owner password credentials. So I need to provide that first time. Whenever you are going to use this ROPC, the first and foremost is you are supposed to be authenticating user username and password. Later on, you don't require it. So get over token, a new window will be opened up. So here you just type the username and password, whatever you got from instance one. Where is it? And click on get over token. Done. OAuth token flow completed successfully. You're almost done. Click on reload form. Save it. The next foremost thing what I have said, I want to make something dynamic out of script. Like I want to use glide or the client API and to fetch this refresh token using a script include and using a schedule job. How I can do that? I'll just make it in short. I'll just go to schedule jobs, type ed jobs. So under system definition, you find this schedule. Just click on it. So the tab is going to get open. Now try to click on new, and here you can choose automatically run a script of your choosing, because you are writing your own script. So no need of selecting this all. You can just click on the third one. Here you can fill the details like give the name of your choice, when to run, the time, and the script. Okay. Now I'll just write this as execution job, and I just want to make it as on demand, or else I can make it as periodically and mention. It's up to you. For example, if you would like to fetch it right now and execute, you can just use that on demand and you can click. But if you want to reiterate after this many days of this many time, or is this time, you can just mention like periodically and just mention when according to your requirement. For demo purpose, I'm just selecting periodically and selecting as 90. And later on for testing, I'll just on this video, I'll just click on execute now to just show you how it functions. Okay. And now the next thing what you're going to do is here you're going to write the script include and you're going to call the function. How you can do that? I'll go to my I'll create a new script include without any confusion. Just write a script includes. So under system definition, you find script include. Just open that script include, and I want to create a new one. So I'll click on new, and I'll write like demo details. I'll create a new one, a simple. So I'll just click on client callable because I'm just want to call it right. So I'll just click on client callable. Everything you can make it remain alive. Click on save, and these all will be automatically select a user role for access. No need of like this. Okay, just save this. It's better. It's better. It's up to you whether you want to give it or not. But that user also need to have admin. But I don't want to make this so complicated. One thing I'll do, just wait. I'll again, after saving, I'll just again save it. Done. Okay. For now, I'm just not giving anything like that. Just whoever wants to use the scripting tool should have admin role. I just don't want to make that thing happen. I'll just make it so simple for you. Okay, I just created a new scripting include and I'll just copy this. I'll go to the schedule job. I'll just mention my new, paste the scripting include what I have written. You should encode by the host and you need to call what you are just using it. For example, I'll be using a function generate REF token. I'll explain you in brief everything, but I would like to just make you understand. This is what nothing but I have just created a script include, right? Later on now, I'll just call a function generate ref token, a reference token. This I haven't written in the script. So prior only I'm just writing it in order to avoid confusion. Later on I'll just navigate you through how you can write the script. Save this. That's done. That's all you need to do. And remaining all thing what will be calling is through this only. I'll just copy this and I'll just go to my script include, and here is the place where I'll start to script. And I'll, if possible, I'll just it's better now. Just paste this, and I'll just write the format how we just include. And let me complete writing the script, and I'll explain in brief how this happens. Okay, I'm declaring a variable like var pass is equal to, and I'll just store a password here because my password is dynamic what I have got from the instance one. So I'll just paste it here where CLI is equal to. I'll just use my API called new GlideOAuthClient. That's the API what I would like to use. Next, I will declare a variable like where parameters is equal to, and I'll just specify what's the grant type username and password here. I'll just like grant underscore type. What is the grant type we are using here? It's a password. So I'll just mention that in a quotes like password and separate by next username. I just need to write like username. It's the same format again. You can just write quotes and what is the username? What user one? I'll just paste it. Later on, it's again separate it. And password. What is this? And I have just used here password. I would like to just store my password there and next use it. So I'll just copy the password. Go to this pass and paste it. Now I can just directly use that where that I have used here directly. I did not type again codes of this. I just declared a variable. I just stored it in a string format and later on passing here. I'll just separate by a semicolon. Later on, I'll just declare a new variable called JSON params. The naming conventions can be according to your wish. There's no restriction there. Is equal to new JSON, and you have to have that closing and opening brackets. Next, I'll just declare another variable like token response, and I will just in the 11th line I have used a variable, right? I'll just call that OAuth client dot request token of. I am just using which one, which application registry for my instance. This is the one, right? I'll just copy this. Okay, come to your application registry, copy the name, go to your script include. Where is it? Paste it, and later on you have to mention. I have just used params, right? I'll just select it, and I need to encode the parameters in it. So encode of parameters. In this, what I have used the grant type, username, and password. So I'm just directly making a call like that's it. Later on, I have to enter the semicolon. I'll declare another more variable like var tokens is equal to the previous one whatever used var token dot get token. I want to get the token here. Okay. See, whenever you are using a dot work and trying to do this calling things, be particular, be specific in declarations. These are not the declaration; they are the inbuilt ones. So, whenever you mess up with this spellings or case sensitive, they have wrong impact. You won't be getting the desired output. Okay, later on, okay, here I'm just storing the token. That is nothing but the token. Now in this tokens only I'll have that access and refresh token. Again, I need to do a dot working of refresh token and access token. Currently my requirements to fetch the refresh token. So I'll just fetch the refresh token. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be creating a new property in the instance like sys underscore properties dot list. In this, I'll try to whenever I click on, or else whenever the schedule job runs, that should fetch and store in this particular way, system property. That's what my requirement. I'll create a new one. I'll write like no intake dot ref token. Okay, and yeah, I'll just put like a string because I want that to burst string. Just save it. So I'll just copy this. I'll go to my script include. I'll write gs dot set property. In that, I want to set the property with this value. Which property I want to set? In the codes, I'll just mention this is the property I'm just mentioning, and what is it to be filled with? Tokens dot get refresh. That's it. Done. And don't forget, you have to end your function with a comma. Here it's going to be this, or else you'll find that error. Okay, I'll show it for you. First, if I don't have any comma, if I save it, it'll throw me an error. Could not save record because of a compile error. JavaScript parse error at line 21 because something is happening in that line. It's delaying. Why? Because it was not end. This function is not end. Just have a comma after it. Now save this. Mhm. Okay, that's it. The next thing is like we'll try to test it whether it's working or not. If it's working, fine. If it's not working, also no worries. I'll try to make it work. Hmm. Now I think I have saved this, right? Currently my property is empty. Okay. So now I'll try to go to this. I'll try to do execute now and go to my property. It got populated. This is the refresh token. That's it. That's how you can understand how this script works. I think you are so much clear, right? Okay. Thus, if possible, I'll explain you in detail what I did in my second instance. This is my second instance. I have just created an application registry with all the details filled, and I have just chosen the type as resource owner password credentials. I have set the token URL with the first instance URL. I saved it. Later on, the OAuth entry profile will be created. The next step what you're going to do is you are going to create a REST message because somewhere you should be using in order to you have created the application registry. So I have created a REST message. I have just chosen the authentication type as OAuth 2.0 and the profile I have selected whatever I have generated there. And under related links, you find this get OAuth token. First time when it is a ROPC, you are supposed to provide the username and password that is mandatory. And after this, you'll be just authenticated and you'll get that successful message of OAuth token uh, is fetched, means is generated. And later on, what I have to done is like this is like a custom implementation or the dynamic way if you would like to use it. So how you can just do using this scripting includes or schedule jobs, how you can use this glide or the client API I have just shown you. For that you are supposed to create a schedule job. You can select the period according to your wish and I have just chosen the repeat interval and I created a new script include and calling the generate ref token function and that is when is a simple line but everything happens in that particular script includes where I have written the code. Now if possible I'll try to explain you this line by line, try to understand it. The first line whatever it is like where demo utils is equal to class dot create is there, right? This line creates a new class in JavaScript using class dot create. The class name is demo utils, okay, and class dot create is used to define a custom class in a script include. That's the first line. Later on this one demo utils dot prototype, these all lines starting lines will be generated whenever you click on save. No need of um, focusing on it, but I'll be telling you what exactly it means. The second line demo utils.prototype is nothing but this defines the prototype of this class, and the prototype is an object that holds the methods and properties for this class. And this is where you will define all the methods you want available to this instance of this particular demo utils. And later on, you can see there is a initialize of function, and later on with the brackets of flower brackets. What does this mean? This is nothing but a constructor method. In JavaScript, the initialize method is called when a new instance of the class is created. In this case, the method is empty, so no specific initialization happens when an instance of this demo utils is created. Later on, you can see I have just used this whatever I have created in my schedule job. This is the one, right? So I have just copied it. I have just written my script here, and I have used normal of how you just use in your script include the similar way, like generate ref token of function, and I have just used this. This is a method defined inside this demo utils class, and its name is this one, and it contains the logic to generate a OAuth refresh token. So I am just writing all the logic whatever I want to execute within this. So, and later on in the eighth line I have declared a variable called pass, and I have stored the password here. Later on, in the 10th line, I have used this GlideOAuthClient. It's an API. So an instance of this is being created. This is a ServiceNow class used to interact with the OAuth 2.0 API, allowing you to obtain tokens like access token and the refresh token. And when you have this one, you mostly can think you're trying to make use of this OAuth 2.0 and access and refresh token whenever you're going to use this. However, you'll have your own glide recording. That is the similar thing what you are having a functionality within this service now. Later on, if you can see, I have just declared the parameters of grant type, username, and password. Yes, right. And this line is nothing but if I can just break down this particularly, this grant type. This specifies the OAuth grant type. In this case, it's a password, meaning the client will request a token using username and password. And later on, I just declared a username and password. It's like username, whatever I have got from the instance one, and password is nothing but whatever I created. I have just directly used it. And be particular, like whenever you are using like this flower blackness and declaring, don't use the comma at the last. Okay, but one thing, if I could say in particular, is like. It's better not to do like hard coding. Try to find a ways, if possible, how you can just hide it, the password, and how you can encrypt it. It's better. Okay, this is one ideology I was providing you, but later on you can just make it more interesting. Okay, in the 16th line, if I can say var JSON params is equal to new JSON. This is nothing but a new JSON object is initialized. In ServiceNow, JSON is used to handle JSON encoding and decoding operation. That is why I'm just using a JSON. In 18th line, if you can just observe, in this line sends a request to obtain an OAuth token using this request token method of GlideOAuth client objects. Whatever I have declared in this OAuth CLI. Means I am think I am just making so brief so that you can understand, but you can just whenever you just go through the script, it will be so easy. And the first and the second argument in the parameters, whatever you are just using this JSON params dot encode of parameters, is encoded into a JSON format using this encode method. Is nothing for you to encode the parents whatever you have just declared here. Later on, what I'm just doing in the 19th line, I have declared a variable of var tokens is equal to token resp dot get token, and this line retrieves the OAuth token from the response. Okay, later on the get token method is used to extract the token object, which contains details like access and refresh token. So this variable is going to contain both access and refresh token, but according to your requirement, we require only refresh token. So I'm just using this. If in the 21st line, if you can see, I have just created a property in this properties table. Later on, I just use like gs.set property, set this property with a value of tokens dot get refresh token. From this variable, I'm trying to do a dot work to get the refresh token and storing. And I have ended by the comma. That's it. You can have a glance of the script if possible, and do let me know if you have any queries. That's it from my end. I think you have understood. Later on, if I have just gone to this schedule job for now to test, I have executed now, but according to your requirement, you can just make it periodical and try to mention when you want to automatically fetch your refresh token and place there. Later on, you can use them in your custom scripts or anywhere wherever it required. Okay. I think you all have understood. Thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead.